Good morning! It's office day. Just getting ready. I have my coffee here. And I also have to be kind of quick. I'm actually looking forward to go to the office because I've not been for a while. And sadly, I'm actually going to my old office, the one that my company, I thought, got rid of. Turns out they still have it. And they were like, well, you know, as long as we have it, we're not going to pay for WeWork, essentially, because you can go to that office. And I was like, fine. But basically, as soon as that's sold or rented out, we can go to WeWork, which is obviously something I would rather do, but at least I have somewhere to go, I guess. And also, I feel like I need to update you on so many things. I was in Berlin over the weekend, and honestly, it was so good. We really loved it. We felt very comfortable in Berlin, and I actually also have family there. My aunt lives there. She's been there for like 20 years or something. And yeah, I've just not been since like, I want to say 2019 was the last time I went. And I was also obviously a lot younger. Like, I experienced Berlin differently than I did now, like in my 30s. So it was very fun. I really enjoyed it. And this week I'm actually alone and by myself, which hasn't happened for honestly like, I want to say 2 years. I've been just by myself for a week because my partner's traveling for work. So yeah, it's just me alone in London this week. April just has been such a crazy month. We've been basically traveling every weekend for the whole month, which is also why I've been a little bit inconsistent with my videos, which I don't usually do. Like, I'm usually quite consistent with my Sunday uploads, but because I have a full-time job, I usually edit my videos literally on the Saturday before I publish them. And obviously because we've been traveling, I have time to film stuff during the week. I just don't have time to edit. Obviously it takes time to edit videos, so apologies for that, but we'll be back regularly in May, because this Friday I'm actually going to Germany again, but I'm going to the very south of Germany because I'm visiting a friend of mine, and another friend is joining us there as well, so it's going to be a little reunion, which I'm really looking forward to. And then from there I'm traveling to another neighboring country because that's where my company's office is located, and I'll be there for like 3 days because I have to go to the office and attend a few meetings in person. So yeah, again, very busy end to my April, I would say. I'll also have to do very smart packing because I only have a carry-on and obviously a small handbag for 6 days. And obviously my office outfits will have to look a bit different than my weekend outfits. Okay, blush, blush, blush. I'm on a spending ban for makeup, so I'm only gonna buy new makeup when I run out of stuff, and it's been really hard. I want to get more shades of the Pocket Blush, and there's like a few like foundations I want to try out, but I'm not going to get anything until I run out. So this is Sleepy Girl from Road again. Okay. Oh, that was maybe a little bit much actually. On my lips as well. I also really like this brush. It's from Merit. There's no number or anything on it, but maybe this is just their signature brush. Okay, powder and then eyebrows, and I'm done. I'm not gonna show you because I'm actually running late. I'll see you on the road. Okay, I actually have a bit more time than I thought. So we're gonna show you my breakfast. I always need to eat because otherwise I'm gonna pass out on the train. But I'm very proud of my breakfast. I have a recent new obsession, which is cottage cheese with like balsamic glaze and then plum on top. And trust me, it's so good. I'm sure this combination exists somewhere out there already, but it's new to me, and maybe it's new to you as well. And then I just have boursin, you know, like the like the herby cream cheese, I think it is, with a boiled egg that I pre-boiled yesterday evening. And that's my current hyperfixation breakfast. I really want to start with the plum one because it's so good, but I always go savory and then sweet. Okay, quick fit check before I head out. I can't tell if it's hot or cold, it's like this time of the year, but I'm wearing my potato shoes and I can take the socks off if it's too hot. The pants are from Carhartt. I think they're called the Brandon pants. And then I'm wearing this like stripy long sleeve top I got underneath so I can take off my jumper if it's too warm in the office. And I got this on ASOS and the brand is called Lioness and I think it's super cute. And then this jumper is super old from Zara, my trench coat that I thrifted, and my Liebeskind bag. And I also added a little handkerchief because I think it's cute. And then I have my Lisbeck's sunnies. So yeah, this is what we're working with. The tube strikes was actually way worse than I thought. So basically it didn't start in the morning, it started in the afternoon. So the overground was meant to run, which is what I need. But there's like a signal failure or something, so like the overground was off as well. And then what I did, because I was like, well, I need to go somewhere, I took the Stansted Express to like the closest point to my house. And now I'm just walking for 40 minutes, which is obviously not ideal, but at least it's sunny. I'm going to listen to my audiobook and yeah, at least I'm going to get my steps in, but not ideal, not what you want after a day in the office. Sorry, by the way, if you're not based in London, this is probably so boring, but London is such a big city, and if the tube is off and the overground is off as well, you can imagine the whole city is kind of standstill. Wow, I've almost made it. We're walking for like half an hour, I think. I have like 10 more minutes. It's been pretty nice actually, just listening to my audiobook. I had to put my handkerchief on because it's super windy. But yeah, I'm so hungry. I'm gonna go straight to the kitchen when I get back and cook my dinner because I didn't expect my ride home to take so long. I made it home. Okay, gonna go straight into cooking. When I'm cooking for myself, you best believe I'm just using a warm pot because my husband is actually the one that cleans up when I cook, so I'm just gonna use a warm pot because I'm gonna have to clean up myself. And also I need to put on my comfy bottoms because I'm still wearing my jeans and I'm not gonna eat in my jeans. Okay, see, this is always why I make too much pasta. Is this enough for one person? I'm used to cooking for two, so I'm not sure. I'm just gonna put it all in. Okay, this is probably too much now, but I'd rather have too much than too little. God. Oh. Here we have it. Super simple. Good morning! I woke up all alone, had a very chill morning, read my book, and now I gotta make some breakfast because I have 1000 calls. I need to eat something before. My hair is so long at the minute. It's like low-key putting me into an existential crisis, like, who is she? Who is this lady with long hair? And also, I mean, look at this. I have not been to a hairdresser, I'm not even kidding, since like November 2024, I think, when I was in New York, which was like ages ago. Like, that was the last time I went. And yeah, this is how much it's grown. I obviously had quite a short bob. I think my bob was like here, so it took a while to grow this, but yeah, I look not my best, I would say, so I definitely need to get a little trim and maybe even get some like highlights. I don't know. Are there any people watching my videos that are good with like color analysis and stuff like that? Because do you think I would suit dark brown better in terms of my hair color, or blonder? This is my natural color, which is kind of like a weird in between. What hair color do you think would be better for me? Dark or lighter? Anyways, let's make some breakfast. I've just been working away, but I need a sweet treat. I need a little pick-me-up. It's already 4 p.m, but I still need to work for a couple of hours, and yeah, I'm having a terrible time at work. Anyways, I've picked up something exciting when I was in Germany, which is a Schokotassenkuchen, like a little mug cake. This is what it looks like. I've never had this before, but in DM we trust. I don't have a microwave, but I do have an air fryer, so I'm gonna try that. I'm also going to add some cacao nips because I like them. I would also add chocolate just to make it a bit more chocolatey, but I don't have any, which is devastating. Alright, I'm back with my little mug cake. It's really hot, but I don't have any self-control, so here she is. That's what she looks like in the inside. I already tried a little bit because, again, I have no self-control. But it's pretty good. I feel like obviously you can just make that yourself. But if you're feeling lazy, then this is definitely a good option. This would be so good with like more chocolate added. Makes me feel even more sad that I didn't have any. I'm not sure if I would get this again, but it's not bad. Pretty good. at least it's a little pick me up for today, a little treat. It's also Wednesday, so cut the show. Honestly, I feel like Wednesday is way worse than Monday, because Monday at least you still have like a little bit of energy from the weekend, and Wednesday is just like terrible because you've already worked for 2 days, you have 2 more days ahead, and the energy is just very low. So Wednesday is my number one hated day. Hello. I attempted to work out, but it was not in the cards for me today, so I just left it. I'm a firm believer in listen to your body, and my body today was like, no, no thank you. But anyways, I have leftover spaghetti. As predicted, I made way too much yesterday, so I'm just gonna reheat that. And I'm gonna have it with feta today, which is one of my favorite combinations. I'm just gonna melt some feta in the sauce and then top it with parmesan and basil, and that's all you need. And then I'm gonna force myself to edit my Berlin vlog, which will be out by the time you're watching this video. So yeah, if you haven't watched that yet, then go ahead and watch that. That's all. Let's get cooking. I'm watching a lovely documentary about the royal family in the UK, and not modern times, like super far back, like William the Conqueror, because I don't know if I actually mentioned this, but I'm studying for the Life in the UK test. I've been here for over 6 years now, and I'm also married to a British citizen, which means I can get citizenship. And I'll be honest guys, I've been humbled by the tests, like the mock tests, and also the book, because I kind of thought, like, you know, I've been here for 6 years, and like I know what's going on. Then I did my first mock test, and it started asking for like King John II, and I was like, well, I can do the 19th century, and my knowledge maybe goes to like the First World War. So I quickly realized that I actually have to study for this, which is very unfortunate and just kind of like another thing on my to-do list. But yeah, wish me luck. I actually have it booked for like mid-May. If I fail, I can do it again. Like, it's not that big of a deal, but I have to pay 50 quid every time I try. So obviously I'm hoping to, you know, pass the first time I do it, but let's see, because I don't really have a lot of time to study, so I'm gonna have to wing it.
You know, try to draw some conclusions between the two of us, but obviously I know in my mind I would never hurt her. I never have the thought of, but you had.
Hello, I'm on my lunch break. I'm just running some errands. I need to drop some stuff off in Impost for Vinted. Also, for once in my life, I actually dressed for the weather. I'm not too cold or too warm. This never happens. Okay, I'm gonna reward myself for dropping off the parcel with a cinnamon roll, hopefully on the way to the bakery. Let's hope they still have some, and then I can eat on my balcony. I'm intending this to be my last outing of the day, because I need to restore my energy reserves for like my trip on the weekend and next week. Honestly guys, I really feel like I'm in my 30s now because I've been traveling for like 3 or 4 weekends in a row and I'm exhausted. Oh my god. So yeah, hopefully the cinnamon roll is gonna bring back my spirits. It also doesn't help that I'm combining my, like weekend trip with my friends with a work trip. In my head it was like a really good idea, but now that I think about it and now that it's coming up, I'm like, maybe that's a bit much. And also I don't even know how to pack for that. But yeah, anyways, I feel like I keep doing that. I'm always overestimating my energy, I suppose. Speaking of being in my 30s, I seem to have developed hay fever, which I swear I've never had this in my life. This is like the first time I'm experiencing this. And I really noticed it in Berlin. Maybe it's because there's like stuff lying around that's not really in London. I don't know, or maybe it's because London wildlife is kind of like mostly dead. I'm not so sure. Like it's kind of fine here, but like in Berlin I was unwell. Wow, this light is really terrible, but I want to do the first bite with you. It looks great. It's super hot. I had to burn my mouth, but I have no patience. I'm currently packing my bag. I'm going away for 6 days. 3 of those are with my girlfriends, like a weekend trip, and the other 3 actually a work trip. I've been actually traveling a lot for work recently, so I just wanted to share some tips because I feel like I've become pretty good at it. So, very first one, which is so obvious, but I actually started doing this pretty late in life, but packing cubes. You just get way more in them. I actually have loads. I got these on Amazon for like £10 a couple of years ago. They are bad quality, but to be fair, they have lasted me for like probably 2 years at this point. And I feel like they are one of the main reasons why I can just get a lot into my luggage. And in terms of clothes, I packed 3 pairs of pants for this trip. I have one black pair. This is from Uniqlo. It's like a barrel leg pant. I got this in Japan. I'm not actually sure if they sell it in the UK, but it's quite a basic style, so maybe they do. If they do, I'll try to link it. Then I have a pair of like tailored blue trousers. They are quite like kind of oversized, a bit baggy, but I think they're still good for the office. They're like a dark navy. I got them from COS, so those would be really good for the office. And then I also have a pair of jeans. These are from Massimo Dutti. I feel like those 3 are like really good essential pants that you can kind of pair with everything, which is key. And then in terms of tops, I also have another tip here, which now that we're going into summer is maybe not as relevant, but I'm packing them anyways because I feel like even now in spring the weather is still kind of unpredictable, and even in the summer you could wear these in the evening. But these long sleeve tops are from Uniqlo. and I got them in Japan, but those are like the cashmere blend ones. They're super soft. I can recommend them anyways because they just feel really nice on your skin. I'm not sure if they keep me like particularly warm, but they feel nice and soft, and they're super thin, so they're really good to pack. And I have like a cream color, a black color, and a grey color. I can wear like any of these tops with any of these pants, which is really good. And then I also obviously pack some like warm options. I have a grey knit, I have a black knit. Again, just going for like really basic classic things because I know I can wear them with lots of stuff. And then I'm also taking this like knit vest because this is always quite good, especially when you're in the office and you're just wearing like a t-shirt and you're a little bit cold, but you know, you just want like another layer on top of like, this is pretty good. And then I also pack like some kind of more fun pieces because everything else is obviously quite basic, so I just pack like a few options that kind of elevate things. First of all is this striped long sleeve. It goes with the navy pant and the jeans. Great. And then I'm also packing this. I love this. This is a vintage Lacoste shirt, and this also goes with the navy pant and also with the jeans. And I'm also packing this top. I feel like this is really cute. This is just like a little blouse, but I think this is really sweet, and this goes with any of the pants, and this is like a really good option when it's warm and hot. I think it's gonna be like 20 degrees and sun, so pretty warm. Okay, and then in terms of shoes, so shoes is always the thing that kills me because I love shoes. I've got a lot of shoes and I can never decide which ones to take, so I always take way too many shoes, so don't judge me, but as long as I can get them into my luggage, it's fine. And I like to have the choice. And yeah, as I said, I obviously have like the complication that it's a fun trip and also a work trip. And I'm taking my trusted pair of burgundy loafers. These are from Mango. They're like 3 years old, I feel like at this point. I love them, I wear them all the time and they go with everything I'm taking. Then these loafers, those are little like loafer mules. They're actually new in my collection. You know, I love like loafers and mules and clocks and stuff like that. And these are the Tony Bianco loafer mules. They're actually like a chocolate brown. I don't know if you can see. And they're really cute, obviously for all my office fits, but honestly I also wear loafers like, you know, when I'm not going to the office, obviously. And then I have a couple of more shoes. But honestly, I feel like in the summer you can squeeze a few more in your luggage because they're quite small. But I have these like chocolate brown ballet flats. I think I'm gonna take those as well. And I'm also taking these black ballet flats. I can't find the second one, it's somewhere. These are from Zara, super old. They're also 100% leather. They have this little strap, but you can also wear them without the strap, obviously, if you just put your foot on top of it. I'm always taking a like head scarf. I also have a brown one somewhere that I want to take, but I couldn't find it. I'm taking this. So this is cute for the head. And I'm also taking a bigger one, and this is more for like wearing around the waist. Sorry, I can't show you because I'm sitting down, but you get the vision like this. So I'm taking this one as well. Then obviously also taking sunglasses. I'm taking 2 pairs. Those are also my trusted pairs. This black one, cute. This is from Le Specs. I feel like these are called Doncha. And then I'm also taking a brown pair. These are also from Le Specs. These are called Out of Love, I think. So I'm taking these 2, and again, both of these go with all of my outfits and everything I'm taking, which is essential. And then another essential thing, lint roller. I'm also always taking an umbrella when I travel because you never quite know. And then obviously my wallet. This is from Liebeskind. This is over 10 years old. It always reminds me that the classic things are sometimes just the best thing. Cool, obviously my passport. Good old German passport, love ya. And then another thing I can recommend is this wash bag. I also have the large version. This is the medium version. I'm gonna link it down below. It's from like an independent store and they're super cute. They're obviously, I don't know if they're waterproof, but you know, the material is kind of like water resistant, I would say at least. And yeah, I always have like my big version that I always leave at home, and then whenever I travel I just use my travel version, and I love them both very dearly. They also have like other colorways, but I'm quite into the green stripe. And there's always stuff in my travel wash bag that I only use for traveling. Let me show you what's in here. So first of all, it's my Zuri toothbrush. I had like a paid sponsorship with them like a year ago, and I use this for traveling. It's really handy because you can charge it with your phone charger, which is obviously great for traveling. So I always keep this in there. And then I also take it's dry shampoo, but it's natural, so it's from Alverde, which I got in DM, so it's like a natural cosmetic brand. Because you all scared me with the baby powder comments, but I still like to use a powder for my hair instead of dry shampoo. And again, if you're traveling, this is just way better because it's not liquid, so you're saving some liquid space. I don't know about you guys, but I always need some dry shampoo on hand. And then another thing that's always in my travel bag is my Kiehl's cleanser. It's just a travel version. I always use the Calendula Deep Cleansing Foaming Face Wash. I have the large version at home and the small version for traveling. And then obviously the rest that I'm packing, I'm just taking from my normal wash bag, but this is the stuff that I always keep in here. I think that's all. I obviously pack like pajamas and stuff like that, but I don't think I need to show you that. I hope that was helpful or interesting in the slightest. I'm gonna try to put this all into my luggage now, and then I'll see you when I cook dinner.